everybody, welcome to Green River, Utah. No, Wyoming. Green River, Wyoming. Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble. This is one of my favorite places here in Wyoming. I really like this place here. And I believe this is the only tunnel on Interstate 80 . Is there any other tunnel on Interstate 80? I don't think so. Right? I'm sure this is the only tunnel in Wyoming. I don't remember any other tunnel anywhere else on Interstate 80 from New York to San Francisco. I don't know. It's funny here because sometimes it could be snowing and raining back there, and then over here it'd be clear as day. The weather changes so much. They're in a hot pursuit to go somewhere. Check that out. Look at that. Yeah, Wyoming got its own share of beautiful places. We are down to 30 miles to Beltsville, Maryland. That's 2,030 miles. We'll catch you later. everybody. John, if you could hear head, good afternoon or no, good evening greetings from Laramie, Wyoming. Keep going, driver. You don't need to stop. Keep going. You don't need to stop, driver. Keep going. There's no stop sign. Good evening greetings from Laramie, Wyoming. The local time here is 6:50 and p.m. Temperature is at 64 degrees. We are down to 2 hours and 12 minutes remaining to drive. And we are at mile marker, what is it?
Continue on this route for 152 miles.
What mile marker are we at? 311. So I'm hoping that we can make it somewhere near the Nebraska state line. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story which I have told many, many times over many, many years. Just hang on for a second. See where the McDonald's is right there? See where the McDonald's is? There's a Sinclair truck stop right there. Alright. It was my first 2 days, 2 to 3 days of being hired on my first trucking job with CRST. Very exciting time for me. Never been on a truck before. And we were headed out to California from Indiana. Schererville, Indiana is where we started. We had a cab over International. I believe it was an Eagle, the top of the line at the time on International cabovers. So me and my lead driver, Gerald Potts, who smoked like a chimney, we were trucking and everything was good. Everything was good. He had me drive for a couple hours at a time. I'd get tired. We'd take turns. And we finally, it was his turn to drive, right? He decided to go to the bathroom at that Sinclair place. And so he shouted on the back of his seat where there's the bunk is right there, right? They say, "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom. You going?" I said, "No." So I decided to just no. As soon as he slammed the door to get out, suddenly I felt like I had to pee. So this was somewhere, I don't know, probably April or something. It was still quite cold. But anyway, I was on my shorts, I was on my slippers, I was on my t-shirt, and as soon as he slammed the door, I decided to go, and I followed him about, I don't know, 10-15 feet behind him. And so I went to the bathroom, he went to the bathroom or something, I had to do number 2, so I kind of stayed there for a little bit longer. And I couldn't see him inside the truck stop. And so I looked around, nowhere to be found. Gerald was gone. So I go to the parking lot, and sure enough, the truck is gone. Now this is back in 1991. No cell phones were not invented yet. Imagine that. Just a few years ago, cell phones did not exist. However, CB radio was the number one hot selling item in truck stop. They were selling like hotcakes, and the truck stops probably had around 20 to 25 payphones all over the walls. They even had phones inside your toilet stalls. The idea was that while you were pooping, you could use the phone and call your dispatch. I thought that was an excellent idea until it dawned on me like, ew, how clean is this thing? And I said, yeah, I don't think so. But I did pick it up and listen if there was a dial tone. And sure enough, it was a working order phone. Anyway, so I go outside, and Gerald was gone. So I called dispatch. I said, hey, I can't find my lead driver. And of course, there's no way for dispatch to call Gerald and let him know what was going on. They did not even have the technology back then to be able to shut off the truck via satellite like they do today. Just in case you don't know, today you drive a truck, and like my boss, who's got a computer monitor at his office, yeah, he could shut this truck down if it was stolen, or if suddenly I went cuckoo, he could remotely access this truck and turn it off. Anyway, so there was no way for Gerald to know, or the dispatch to let Gerald know that I was not in the truck. And I don't know, the big mistake I made was we were on our way to California, and I decided to hitchhike. In the early morning with t-shirts and shorts and slippers. Oh my, was that a... I don't think that could even be considered a rookie mistake, because a rookie would not be that stupid to make that mistake. That was a JBG Travels future mistake. Yeah. Oh boy. So finally, after about, I don't know, an angel-like truck driver stopped by and picked me up. And somehow I started going west with this truck driver. And I caught up with Gerald, I don't know, about 100 miles, 200 miles. And I guess what he was saying was that, now I learned this after the fact, of course, about 25, 50 miles down the road, he looked in the bunk. There was a full load of, blankets and pillows, and so he thought I was that. it turned out to be just a lump of, beddings and blankets and pillows. So finally he caught on that I was not in the truck. So he started using the CB to tell the eastbound people that he was waiting at a certain truck stop back in somewhere near Green River. And so what happened was, as I said, he started telling the eastbound, say, hey, I left my co-driver at the truck stop. Can you let them know that I'm aware that he's not in truck. I'm waiting at a certain truck stop. And so as we were going west, every eastbound truck driver that we come by would always broadcast on the CB, say, if any of you are CRST drivers that got left behind, your lead driver is waiting for you at a truck stop back there, and I can't remember the name of the truck stop anymore, but I know exactly where it is. And that's how I caught up with him. That's how I knew where he was. Who knew that was the first stages of Facebook? Oh boy, I tell ya. Anyway, finally caught up with him. He was fuming that we were going to LA. We delivered our load, and I was told that we did not have any load until about 2 days. And for my first time being in California, I wanted to visit a friend of mine. Imagine this, taking a bus from Ontario, California, where the Petro and the Petro and the TA truck stop is, right there on Milliken Avenue. So he decided to stay with the truck. I took the bus all the way to Long Beach, California. I didn't realize what I was doing. I mean, that was horrible. All said and done, it turns out that a hot load popped up and it had to be picked up. So he decided to leave me behind. Oh my. That was one of the most horrible week of my trucking career. So he had to pick up the load, and I think he waited for me in Bakersfield. No, not Bakersfield. Barstow. He waited for me at Barstow, and I called the dispatch and said, hey, what happened? He says, yeah, he had to leave, pick up the load. He's waiting for you at Barstow. Find a way to get there. I don't remember how I got to Barstow though. Oh, it doesn't end there. It does not end there at all. So we trucked all the way from California to Upper Marlboro, Maryland, right? By the time we got somewhere on the East Coast, I can't remember where, there was a farming implement, like a very sharp soil tiller, I think. It looks like a pizza pie. It's sharp and it's kind of curved. It was on the highway. It broke off from a farming implement. And what did Johnny do? Johnny ran it over what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Johnny ran over it 5 times from where? Oh, have you ever been to that Lincoln Memorial? I did a video on that. I don't know if it's still there or not. Type in JBG Travels / Lincoln Memorial. That was a long time ago. So what did Johnny do? I ran it over with my steer tire, the outside of my drive tire in the front axle, the outside tire of my rear axle, and all the way to the trailers. It just, the tire went boop, 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 boop. Oh boy, it cost the company thousands of dollars. I thought I was gonna get fired. Man, I'm surprised I made it. I don't know. But, yeah, hey, I had it rough. Man, I had it rough. Oh, jeez Louise. Anyway. Back in 1991, that was 3 decades ago. Alright. We got 1 hour and 56 minutes left remaining to drive. Then I gotta take a 10-hour break. I don't know why. I could never understand this. Even though I'm kind of yawning right now, I'm not tired. I could actually drive another 5 more hours if I wanted to. How many of you out there yawn even though you're not sleepy or you're not tired? I think it's something about the air or something. I don't know. Well, that's all I got. We'll catch you later. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beautiful state of Nebraska. The local time here, it is 8:13. The temperature is 56 degrees, and we are down to 49 minutes remaining to drive before I gotta take a 10-hour mandatory break. Alright, so continuing our journey to Beltsville, Maryland, which is 1,664 miles. So far so good. Your Grace is doing phenomenal. Except for the tire sensor. The built-in tire sensor has gone kablooey. But the good news is the CoreMate TPMS tire sensor has been flawless. So yeah. Alright, we'll catch you later. Yeah. Bye. Peace. Good afternoon, greetings everyone. Greetings from Omaha, Nebraska. If you're wondering why I did not film much of Nebraska, is, you know, it's just flat as a pancake. It's really nothing to see in Nebraska. No, certainly not on Interstate 80 anyway. Alright, today local time is 3 p.m. Central. 3 p.m. Central. The local temperature here is 87 degrees. And we are continuing our journey to Beltsville.
Keep to the left on I-80 East.
Beltsville, Maryland, which is 1,212 miles. And yeah, we're currently traveling on Interstate 8.
7.0 miles.
We are not that far away from the state line of Iowa. Okay, what else is there? So it's been quite a while since I've been through here, but everything seems to look the same. How about a grateful shout out to Sean Lisoy? Yeah, Sean Lisoy. Sean, thank you for the contribution on Patreon. Really appreciate that. Thank you. The last mile marker of Nebraska. It's somewhere on 457 probably. Nebraska is really wide and flat. So far, this has been the hilliest part of Nebraska, I think, and that's saying a lot as far as Interstate 80 is concerned, anyway. Which part of Nebraska do you think is hillier and, you know, more interesting scenery? I have not really explored Nebraska that well. The only time I go through Nebraska is Interstate 80 and the one that goes to Kansas City, I think.